Let's talk about the Centaur 9 today, specifically how we can use him in other applications that are not DAZ Studio, why that is complicated, and how we can make it happen despite of that. This is actually a video for PDM. We had a little discussion on the DAZ to Unreal Discord server, and the Geoshell on the Centaur gave him a bit of trouble. So let's take a look at the figure and see why that is troublesome. It's going to be a long, convoluted, cumbersome video, so brace yourself for that. The magic here is literally the Geoshell. I'm using the Centaur 9 standard bred male for this, and if I select the shell and switch it off, you can see what's actually happening, and nothing other than the blending between the human material and the horse body material is happening. And this blending happens on the body of the shell here. So with that selected, let me show you where that is. Under surfaces, under body, under base, you can see the base texture. This is what they're using. So the neck goes slightly up in this texture so that it can accommodate this thing blending into the body there. But the actual blending material is happening under the geometry channel under cutout here. So this is the actual opacity map that goes and blends these two materials in. So the magic is in fact the UV set. The body down here has a different UV set than the body up here. This is using the standard Genesis 9 UV set, and this on the bottom here is using the Centaur UV set. You can find that out by going to UV maps here. That's still on the body, and you'll see that the UV set here is the Centaur 9, not the base multi-UDIM, which is what the Genesis 9 figure uses. So it uses Centaur. If I switch that over to base multi-UDIM, watch what happens here to the blending. It goes and sort of moves into a different position. So it means it's still using the same textures underneath it. It's just mapped differently to the 3D geometry. So that's the mismatch. The issue here is if you were to just take this cutout opacity map, put it into Photoshop and use it together with the Genesis 9 upper body texture, like I've shown you in a previous video, then you'll see that there's a mismatch there, that this isn't actually masking off anything. And once again, the reason is that they have different UV sets. So what we need to do is we need to find a way to take the textures from the Centaur UV set and turn them into something that matches the Genesis 9 UV set. How are we going to do that? Not with DAZ Studio, sadly. There once was a way that did work, but since we no longer have 3Delight, that is no longer working with map transfer. So I'm going to use Blender for this because that's a more future-proof method of making that happen. First of all, I'm going to switch this back. So the UV maps, I'm going to switch this to the Centaur 9 again. And all I need to do is really export the shell object out twice. Once with this UV set and once with the other UV set. Then we take Blender to put them both on the same object. And then we use a little tool called SimpleBake that lets us bake a texture from one UV set to another. And then we're going to use Photoshop and match these things in and blend these things in so that we can use them just like I've shown you in the previous video. Let's get started. With the shell selected, I'm going to head over to File, Export, Wavefront OBJ, and I will go and make a new folder on my desktop, call it Centaur, and I'm going to call this one Shell Centaur for now. That's going to be an OBJ down here. And the scale doesn't really matter. I like to work in Blender scale, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to filter the object selected root so that this is just the shell that gets exported, and that is all I need to do here. That's number one. Now I'm going to go and switch this over to the base multi-UDIM UV set, and I'll see the texture moves into a different position. That's also fine. I'll do the same thing, File, Export, and I'm going to call this one Shell G9. And export it with the same values here. Let me switch into Blender and go and import the first one we've just imported here. That's going to be the Shell G9. I could import them both, but Blender has this annoying habit that it just calls these things the exact same thing in the viewport, and I wouldn't know which one's which. So I'm going to go and import the first one first, and I'm going to call this one here G9 UDIM, just so that I remember what's on what. Now I'm going to go and import the second one, Shell Centaur, and see, it's also called Shell Centaur in the viewport. I really don't know why, so let me go and call that one Centaur UDIM so that we know where we are here. Now comes the magic part where we're going to go and import this UV set into that object while leaving that UV set intact. So let's go and prepare that. First one, we're going to select and come down here to that little flux capacitor icon and head over to UV maps. Let me go take my face away here. This one's just called UV map, and I'm going to temporarily call this one G9 UVs. And I'm going to go and click the plus icon to create another one that technically creates a copy of this. I'm going to call this one Centaur UVs. There we go. And now we can switch between two. So let me go and select that. Both of these, you can select both the entry in the list as well as use the camera here. Let's use both for good measure. Now we're going to go and select this one, then shift select your source. Now you see that this is its UV maps here. And now we'll head over to Object, Link Transfer Data, Copy UV maps. I know this is terribly confusing, and the thing is you've got to select the target object first and then shift select the source object from which you want to copy, and then you select that, and then this one now has 2 UV maps and this one still only has 1. Let's see if I am correct. If I select into this and head over to UV editing, I can actually have a look at that. Let's go and switch to face selection and then go and select everything. And that's where we can see that this is one UV set. If I go and switch over to the other one, I can go and see that that layout is indeed different. That's basically, this would be tile 1 for the face on Genesis 9. This is tile 2 for the upper body and the arms. Arms are not on here, but you can see how they've changed that. So basically the arms, this bit has been shrunken down into this little tile here. So they didn't need that because the Centaur obviously doesn't have arms on its body there. So that is correct. And we want to go and first of all, we can go and see if my material is already on there. Let me go and delete the Centaur shell. We don't need that anymore. We have this master object here. Let's switch over into my viewport shading, and I can see that is indeed correct. So this is the correct Centaur UV. Whatever the camera selects is the one that's shown in the viewport, but that's not the active texture map. So on this, selecting this doesn't make a visual difference, but the camera does. But both of these have an impact on how you work in Blender. So the Centaur UVs are correct. We see that seam here, and the Genesis ones are incorrect. That is where we want that blend to happen from the Geoshell. Okay, so now let's go and do the baking. So I do that with a little tool called SimpleBake by the haughty gray alien, and it's the best $20 I've ever spent. I believe Blender has native baking capabilities from one UV set to another, but I have never worked out how to do that, and this tool makes it super easy. It adds the menus that you need to not get confused, and I do get confused easily, so it's one of those things. Get yourself a copy of that, install it into Blender, and then follow me along. The settings for this are all happening on the render tab. One thing that we need to do before we get started is that the Centaur UV maps are the correct ones. That's the ones we need to make active. But the ones we want to go to, they need to be called SimpleBake. So I'm going to double click into that and call it SimpleBake like this with camel case. That's important so that we can tell the program, please bake stuff onto that, and that already has the correct UV layout. That's important. So let's switch that. Let's go to the render settings tab, close everything else down, and scroll down to the SimpleBake tab here. I'll take my face away again so you have this in full view. We want to do a PBR bake. That is correct. And under settings, we don't need to worry about that. Bake objects, that's where we need to select our object. Just click add, and then your OBJ appears in the baked objects thing. You can go and either scroll down, or you can close these things down so you get less confused. I always like closing things so I don't get confused. AOV we don't need, special bakes we don't need, texture settings we do need. That is where you set the size of your new UV map. Mine is going to be 4K. Even though the Centaur is 8K, you could increase that, so the program does do that, but just in the interest of time, 4K is ample. It's totally fine. Then we need to export settings. We don't have to worry about. We're going to do a manual export. We're going to do UV settings here. That is where we can tell, did you want to create a new UV map or what you want to do? We need the pre-existing one because ours was sort of special. We've imported it. We don't want it to be left up to an automatic UV packing mechanism. So that's important here. This is the master UDIM that we're coming from here, and that's also fine, I believe. Other settings, channel packing, utilities we don't need. We can just go and click bake. And there's foreground, background bake. We're going to be fairly fast, so foreground bake is going to be okay. It's going to switch this over into the non-material viewport, but that's fine. And once it's done, you hopefully get this little success message. So that is okay. Now we can go and have a look at what our images look like. Best thing to do that is in the UV editing tab. No, I'm lying, actually, it's in the shading tab. There we go. Let's switch this over to materials as well. And over here we can open or just have a look at an image here. So this one was the original texture, Centaur 9. If I go and select that, then we can see that that was the original texture. And if I go and switch this over to this one here, FG9 Bake Diffuse, then that takes a moment. That is the one that we actually wanted. So this is the one that gives us that extra bit that will work fine with the Genesis 9 UVs now. So just that tile here. While we're at it, let's go and export it out. That goes with image save as. And I'm going to put that in the same directory as Centaur. Let's go and make a textures directory. And I'm going to call that one Centaur G9 UDIMs. PNG is fine. Export that out. So that is almost, that's a half of what we need. We also need the other bit that we haven't brought over. Let me go and switch the UV set over back to the Centaur, just because that looked a little bit ugly there. Under cut out opacity, that's where we can see that map. So click browse and just make a copy of that path here. And I believe they're using the Centaur texture trans 2. Thankfully they left trans and trans 1 in here, so I think we just need trans 2. I think that's the one they're using at trans 2. Perfect. So let's go and import that into a Blender as well. In fact, just put that straight into this material here. I think that's probably the easiest one. If we go and open that up, Centaur 9, perfect. We're already on it. Trans 2, open. Then we can see that is the bit that we're going to need as our opacity map in Photoshop, so we can combine these two textures. So that's fine. All we need to do is go and let it bake again. So once again, we're going to go and make sure that we're still on the Centaur UVs. SimpleBake is what we're going to override. That's all fine. And let's go and essentially do everything again. Everything is set up. Let's just hit the bake button and hope for the best. It's done it. Hurrah. This is exciting. So let's go and copy that out again. That's again on the shading tab here. Here it is. Let's put it onto the same thing. So we've got the main texture and we've got the opacity map. It's perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Let's export it out into G9 opacity. Okay, let's go into Photoshop and have a look at this. And let's grab the Genesis 9 texture. So your preferred Genesis 9 texture you want to use. So that's going to be the regular Centaur 9 American Standard Bread or whatever body texture you want to use. This one is G9 Masculine 01 Body 1002. Let's go to that location. Go and copy that out. And load that up first. I think that's a great idea. Body diffuse 1002, that's the one. Now let's go and import both our maps that came from Blender. They're on my desktop in Centaur textures. They aren't. Why are they not here? Didn't I just export that? That is a little weird, isn't it? Didn't I just do that? Image save as. Maybe I've put it in the wrong place. Why they disappeared? Let me just go and let me just do this again. So this one is the G9 opacity. And then I guess in brackets UDIM, maybe it needed that. Does that work now? Yes, that has worked. Okay, I see. I think I made a small mistake there. Yeah, we only need this. Yeah, sorry, I guess I didn't save it correctly. So I just need to go and bake that, bake that base map again. But that's not a problem. Because good exercise is standard bread. I'm going to go and load that up into here. Come on, buddy, you can do it. There it is. We're just going to need to bake that one more time. Sorry about that, that's cool. Okay, that's baked that. So this is this other little bit that we just needed here. That bit here. So that we have that part of horse body texture basically. Okay, let's go and save that so that it actually sticks. Save as. And we're going to call this one diffuse. We're just going to leave the default name there. Okay, perfect. That has worked. Now we can import this and that. So these are the two bits that we need. And then I'm going to go and match up our Genesis 9 body, which is neat. So let me first of all go and copy that over into our other layers. I'll go and call it Centaur diffuse, right click and duplicate the layer into the G9 masculine. And then on the second one here, we can go and call that opacity. That'll do the trick. I'll go and duplicate that over as well. Then we have them all in one document. Obviously, don't forget to save it. And I'll take my face away so you can follow with the next steps here. So what we need is this on top of here, but we want to have that masked off by this bit at the top here. And the easiest way to do that is to select the opacity map, Control A, Control C, and then you can hide it, and you can select the Centaur diffuse map now, and then just hit the mask button here. So that will create ourselves a mask, but the mask is empty because we didn't really have a selection other than everything. So if you go and select Alt left click on the mask, you see just the mask. Control V to paste that mask in, and then we have this bit masked off. So if you go and select your layer again, then you'll see that this is indeed the part that is now on top of the Genesis 9 UV with all the opacity intact. And that you can now go and apply to an object without the need for the geoshell to mask that off. So that masking has now happened on the texture here, and you can now use this in other applications like Blender or Unreal Engine. So that is exactly what this video was all about. I hope it made sense. I know there were quite a few steps involved, but if you do it like 400 times, it really grows on you, and it is it's just a matter of practicing it. So in principle, really, we've copied from one UV map to another, two textures. One was the actual horse body texture and the other one was the opacity map. And once we had those in the new positions, we could then match them up with the Genesis 9 original texture, and that then works in other applications without the need for the geoshell. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot out of it, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.